Yes, sorry about that. Yeah, Black Wednesday has actually turned into White Wednesday. So I think we'll have to rename the Wall Street crash the Wall Street Bonanza, the Great Depression, the Great Happiness, and we will have to rename World War II World Peace Two. If it is a White Wednesday, everybody for 20 odd years has been criticizing this terrible event, Black Wednesday. Now it's turning into White Wednesday. I did mention that Boris might be thinking about Black Wednesdaying the pound with more money than Corbyn could possibly think of spending in about 5 years on our NHS and children for Christmas. But still, if you want to believe in him, do. But it's irrelevant, really, because what we should be having is this. And if they do start moving lots of currency around, the more people that know that perhaps Winston Churchill, as Maynard Keynes was leaving, said any large movements of currency detrimental to the world economy should be outlawed. And that all the world leaders agreed, except for Hitler and Stalin. So if they want to go to the United Nations and they want to take that law away, and stabilization of currencies, as promised, if they want to revoke that and break the promise in the United Nations and say, no, we're not going to have stabilization of currencies, we're going to discuss it, we think that this method here is better than this method here, investing in local communities as they did in the 1945 to 71 period, that leads to democratic socialism, not fascism, student Stalinism, and really feudalism. So there we are. That's the choice. That's what they should be talking about in the United Nations. Perhaps that's why Aaron Banks, a great supporter of UKIP and also a great supporter of Nigel Farage, against a 16-year-old girl, he says, August is a good month for yachting accidents. Against a schoolgirl? Who are these thugs? Who are they to say such things? Unelected thugs. Farage rages on in the European Union about unelected goose-stepping, the words annex used about Northern Ireland, when Angela Merkel has a denuclearization policy in Germany. If there's anything that's going to cause more independent little nations all wanting nuclear weapons and stuff, it's this system, unfortunately. Anyway, this is the way I look at it, and it is a democracy. I'm sorry if I've been a little bit unclear, but I haven't got a lot of time, and I've got to really get on with doing some housework, which is the thing that I'm probably better at. But anyway, see what you think. I'd love to have some ideas, because I know thermonuclear weapons are quite powerful, because in 1961, and it was accepted knowledge, in a public speech, I think President Kennedy announced that it was actually in 1963, that in 1961 a bomb had been dropped in the Arctic, I think it was, and it was as a test, and it was, I think, 3 times more powerful than all the bombs dropped in the Second World War. And when they dropped it, 500 miles away, there were windows smashing in Norway. So I think for our kids, for the babies and for the children, this system seems to produce a lot of migrants, starving people. Well, this system, it got rid of debt. It gave all those groups of people that were being generalized against by the Nazis, such as of all races, of religions, disabilities, whether those disabilities were physical or mental, against sexuality, politics, just generally generalizing. And of course, should you actually happen to have said something against it, they'd have put you in a way. And if, of course,